Hey Libra, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your July tarot reading. So we're going to get started right away. I'd like to ask Tarot about the energies in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and of course the very end. You can always come back to this reading, check back on the energies, get some insight. And speaking of which, I'm going to be getting advice at the very end of this reading from Tarot for you. So make sure you stick around to the end. If you'd like for me to pray for you, send you my warm wishes, say hi in the comment section so I can actually see you, and then I can direct it to you. And I encourage everybody else to join in too. This is a safe place for everybody, and I seal that with my intention and my word. All right, you guys. So these have all been pre-shuffled with you in mind. Beginning of the month, energies for Libra. Please make it clear we only take cards that volunteer themselves. We don't force anything. Libra, beginning of the July month. And if they fly out upside down, we read them that way. We have a big message. This is clarity coming through. Now, this could be granted by somebody else, calling, texting, getting a hold of you via email, or this could be a moment of epiphany. We'll unpack all of this, but this is going to be, we're just going to run through the energies and then we'll unpack each one. So the beginning of July is Ace of Swords, which is that epiphany, that clarity, communication, realization. Libra, for middle of the month, we have Justice. This is your energy coming through. Justice card is ruled by Libra. This is about balance. If any of you guys are in the middle of anything legal or contractual, any kind of contract, this is going to work out in your favor. So I'm looking forward to unpacking that. End of the month for July for Libra. We have two. So at the end of the month, I think you're going to be needing to practice a little self-restraint. I know, who wants to hear that, right? But it's what's cool about this energy, the Strength card coming out with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, is there might be a little bit of overspending or just kind of pampering yourself a little too much, but you're going to be aware of it, you're going to be very aware of it. And so you might just be reining it in as some sort of controlling energy in order to gain balance. So we'll unpack that soon. Okay, so let's start with the beginning of the month, July for Libra. Let's talk about this Ace of Swords for Libra. So something has come to a standstill in the beginning of the month, July. Now, this could be work, this could be relationship. The energy is the same, but the scenarios could be different for all of you. And of course, it goes without saying, if this does not apply, you'll feel it. Don't try to make it fit. This is only relative to whether or not it resonates. But we've got the Seven of Swords, which talks about a sense of having the wool pulled over one's eyes, some deception. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be super scary. It's not like somebody's going to steal your car, or maybe somebody will, but I doubt it. Don't worry. But so this is about something that's like just been really slow to progress. If this is a relationship, this person is not calling you. They're not being reciprocal of your energy. If this is a job, it's like you've been waiting for that phone call or waiting to go to that next interview, that next step. And it's kind of like, it just feels obstructed, delayed, okay? And you're kind of sensing like, what's going on? Your spidey senses might be going like, what the hell? What do I not know? Because there's a sense that something is going on underneath the surface, maybe communications that you have not been involved with. Well, whatever that is, if this is resonating for you, Leaps, then this is going to be an impactful beginning of the month because you're going to have a big aha moment. You're going to get some clarity here. And with clarity, things can start moving forward again, right? Things click, they make sense. Once you know what's going on, then you can make changes. Now you are guided and you have control of the situation. Let's get some more clarity of this. One more for Libras, beginning of the month of July. So this is a very good turnaround. Ace of Swords, we have Temperance. Yeah. So this is another kind of balance. This can be a reminder that sometimes one has to suppress the things that throw them off balance and suppress the things that, I don't like the word suppress, I hate that word, but what I mean is being aware of Think about the scales, right? Think about these scales with the Justice card that they're holding. Well, Libras rule over the scales. And you can't have balance without recognizing that when it's out of balance, it's because there's just a too much on one side, right? So there's a sense of transformation, rebalancing that's happening in July because there's been an excessive amount of energy in one area. And you're basically getting the wool pulled away from your eyes. And only then will things move forward, communications, possibly travel, if that's what's going on. So it's a great way to kick off the beginning of your month, isn't it? For everything to be right there in front of you. You can see what you need to do. And the sense that something is going on that you're not aware of and not being able to make sense of why things have come to a stop, that's all going to go away. I'd like to get advice for that. I'm very curious, but let's continue on the reading and get the advice at the very end. I'm going to open a new deck for our Justice card. So this is the middle of the month, okay, you guys? Justice, you're going to be in the zone. You're going to be really occupying your energy as a Libra. And what do they do best? They're really great at balance. They're the peacekeepers. They love that they can see both perspectives. That's why sometimes it's hard to make decisions. Sorry about the loud truck behind me. They're building a house next to me. Let's hope they don't start drilling. All right, mid-month for our Libras. Justice card flipping out and crinkling right in my fingertips is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's just make note of that. Queen of Pentacles rules over nurturing and also kind of that earth, like the ability to make money and use that money to help others. Let's say it that way. Middle of the month for our Libras. Middle of the month for our Libras. All right, so we're getting a lot of pentacles and swords. It's about truth. July is all about truth. What do you need to let go of in order to rebalance the scales, okay? So, let me feel this energy for a second here. So if you've been feeling stuck in any way, whether that's financial or within a relationship, you're going to be, I think you're going to be very aware of truth, what communications need to happen. This could be with an air sign. We have the King of Swords out here. This could be either somebody who is very intelligent, sharp, they can be very cerebral. They are not so much in their feels. This could be also another air sign, but this could also be you embracing this energy. And the thing about this energy is it's like, it can create radical change because they're in a place of raw, authentic truth, seeing things for how they are, and being able to remove the emotional attachments in a situation in order to get unstuck. Some of you guys are going to be getting unstuck from this energy. But I think that there's been an offer here that you have a hard time letting go of. Clarity on this 4. You're not feeling inspired by it, but it's there. And there could be a sense of obligation attached to it. There's this beautiful 6 of Pentacles coming out with this. And that talks about reciprocity. It's about what this feels like, you guys, is you're almost doing something out of obligation or charity. And it's making you feel stuck. In the middle of the month of July, you're going to have a big regulating. You're going to just you got to get down to brass tacks with it. And you're going to be putting down this burden, whatever it is about this scenario, this situation that is burdening you, that is making you feel exhausted. It's going to come to an end, okay? But there's this attachment you have to it. And I want to talk about that. And this might be a little bit me calling you out on your shit, but I know you like it. I know you can handle it. Is a big part of moving forward and being able to put down this weight, this burden, is recognizing that there's a part of you that's still attached to it somehow. With the death card in reverse, it's like letting go of something that is no longer really serving you. And the thing is once you let go of whatever this is, you know there's a big sense of the unknown that's going to flush through. New people, new things, it's just going to bring on a lot of, it's going to make space for all this new stuff. It's almost like an empty nest. And that's kind of scary. But for whatever reason, I don't want to superimpose my ideas of why you're clinging on to it. But it's this offer. When I say offer, it's like this sense that it needs you, that you are obligated to it. It's not something that sparks energy and excitement in you, but to let go of it is somehow difficult because it's attached to moving on, basically. That's the middle. That's the middle of your month. So then that takes us to the very end of the month. This 9 of Pentacles in reverse with strength. Clarity on 9 of Pentacles with strength. Beautiful. We have a Knight of Cups waltzing in. Now we have the 9 of Pentacles upright. So we have 9 of Pentacles coming up twice at the very end of the month. This is all about your independence, about your success in that independence, how you treat yourself, making yourself happy. We've got a couple of people coming out here. For those of you who are single, I think that you're going to have a choice potentially, or you're just going to be surrounded at the very end of the month by these people taking interest in you. There's some more immature energies, there's like a romantic, kind of watery, creative energy in there. There's another one who is a big communicator, could be another air sign, and they are bold and say what's on their mind and sometimes speak before they think. And then we have this King of Wands. Let's clarify who these are. Okay. Clarity for my Libras at the very end of the month. Who's this King of Wands? Very end of the month. We have, of all these people, there's going to be one who's a bit more mature, and they have possibly really great advice, but I think there's something about the way they look at the world, the broad way they look at the world, that's going to be healing. It's going to be a great influence. I think they can also handle you and your independence, because I think in the past you've experienced people having a problem with it and somehow dampering it or trying to control it. And in this case, this energy, this King of Wands is going to stand out immensely because you're going to recognize them as confident in their own right. And there's going to be this healing there. Clarity on Knight of Swords, the World. Clarity on the Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. So you have, it's interesting, it gets very dynamic at the very end of the month for you. In some ways, remember when I was talking about the self-indulgence and the strength to kind of rein it in? Okay, so you're going to be aware of that. There might be a little bit like, you're going to be aware through the whole month about, with your Libra balanced energy, okay? What needs to be regulated, what needs to change in order to have these good communications and make things come about. But You have a couple of energies coming through, very attracted to you like magnets at the end of the month. One is going to be wanting to communicate with you, but you may not be communicating with them. They could live a distance from you, so it makes it very easy to let those text messages or those communications just fall through the cracks because it's harder for them to show up on your doorstep, so to speak. You're not going to be running into them at the grocery store. There's the reason why I think you don't want to communicate with them is because of this Two of Swords. And that is that there is a choice, there's a decision that you feel you're struggling with them on, okay? You're struggling to make with them. So you're biding your time. That's what it feels like. You know that they're both of these energies, the Knight of Cups, the romantic, creative one, and the Knight of Swords, they're different from you. They're different than your usual energies in the sense that one is far away, or if it's not literally far away, then culturally they're far away. They're different that way than what you're used to. And they might be different in the way they go about communicating. The Knight of Cups is different because it's a type thing. I think that they flow differently. You know, it's like somebody who's like, how do you tick? And they can be fun and charming and unique and imaginative and enticing, but you're trying to they might be too different. Like you'd have to kind of recreate the wheel a little bit with them. And so there's this kind of confusion, maybe a little overwhelmed with them. So very interesting. So the end of the month is going to be about moving forward with one of these energies. And you're going to, there's our strength card, getting them all over again in clarity to our Nine of Pentacles. We have the strength card. You start out like probably around the 20th, around the 18th, 19th, you might feel a little imbalanced. You've got these exact cards. These are the same cards, but this one's upside down. You might start out knowing that you might be overindulging in some area, maybe as a little bit of escapism. It's not too much to worry about, but why are you doing so? There's somehow this influence of these three individuals. Very cool. So let's get advice, you guys, okay? That's what I'd like to do. So for our Libras, advice at the very beginning of the month, and let me refresh you. That was about the Ace of Swords, about the communication, okay? Coming through. And that was about something, a sense of the wool being pulled over your eyes, okay? And it was about something that wasn't moving forward. So what's our advice for Libras at the beginning of July? We have the Hanged Man. This is Piscean energy, and it's a reminder that good things take time, but most importantly, good perspective takes sacrifice. So in this case, it looks like time is involved. Patience. Tell us more. Okay. We're getting an opportunity to come out of a pattern with an individual here. The King of Cups is most likely somebody else's energy. And the King of Cups can be somebody who's emotionally, well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? It's feeling like it could be you too. Let me explain. So there is a maturity, an emotional maturity that's at play here. By being patient and by standing back and observing the whole thing, you're going to gain insight. And this is emotional wisdom being applied to breaking a pattern. And this could be an addiction for some people. The devil is this sense you're chained to a behavioral pattern or chained to a relationship that is not serving you, but this is getting out of that. So it's the Hanged Man, gathering that perspective, the patience to do so that gives you this emotional wisdom. Yeah, you guys. To break through this. Okay. For our mid-month. So basically it's saying, hold up, watch, listen, take it all in. because what's happening here is much bigger. It's breaking through these imaginary chains. It's breaking through and releasing and freeing yourself from something that was not serving you. Center of the month, right there with your Justice card. This is about putting down a burden, something that you've been holding on to, possibly more than you were willing to let yourself see. It doesn't spark interest or inspiration, but there's a sense of obligation attached to it. So you're putting down this burden with this sense of charity, this sense of, is it giving back to you? You know, the way that you're giving into it. So advice for our Libras, mid-month in July, we have 5 of Swords and 4 of Pentacles. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it's not very comfortable. And this is about withdrawing your energy. 4 of Pentacles, sometimes even is literally money. It's like, be conservative, draw on your resources. This is about self-preservation. And I feel like I can stop there. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. So even though it might be a struggle, because when that voice comes up that's attached to the Death card in reverse, that doesn't want to let go of this, sometimes it's about self-preservation. You don't have a choice, you know? Okay, end of the month. Six of Swords again. It's about healing. Somebody left you. You know what it is to be left out in the cold. This looks like friends. I wonder if these are friends or community somehow connected. If they left you out in the cold, or there was one individual that was kind of leading the pack at some point. This is getting healing. A bird just hit the window when I said that. This is about getting healing. You know what's interesting about that bird hitting the window, trying to get in and knocking itself against the glass? 5 of Pentacles. Look at the window and look at these 2 people walking by. In the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, these people are hobbling on a cane. They're like bandaged up. They're wounded and they're in the snow. And there's this warmth coming out of this church, out of the light. The light is glowing through, and they're not going in. They're not allowing themselves in some cases, and also possibly because they know they're not allowed in. So there's this sense, like I was saying, with these individuals, at the very end of the month, you're getting some healing here. Somebody's coming forward with that broader understanding and seeing you as an independent entity and admiring you for that and your confidence, and likewise, because they've been in your place, they've been in your shoes. And there's these 2 more immature energies, one that wants to communicate, another one who's really kind of just lost in their own charm, and they can be imaginative and they can be charming when they're in a good place. But there's like this sense of not feeling like you belonged, not feeling like you could be let in, feeling shut out with the 5 of Pentacles. So you're getting major healing in that place with at the very end of the month. That's fascinating. All right, you guys. Well, stay tuned. I will have your next readings out very shortly. And like and subscribe if this was helpful. Take good care. Bye-bye.